Listen, there's a study out there that says women who wear makeup actually get 30% more pay than women who don't. There's another study out there that says that men prefer women who wear makeup. So today, while you get ready with me, I'm gonna explore that topic. So let's get to it. So I have my makeup box ready. How ironic that I'm about to talk to you about makeup, and I'm gonna be putting some on my face. So let's get to it. All right, now as I'm talking to you, I'm gonna try to show you more of what I'm using because I was told in the last video that I didn't do a good job of that, and I want to improve. I can't promise you that I'll be able to tell you the names because, like I said, someone recommended these products to me, so I don't know the names of half of them. But if I can read it clearly, I may remember to say it or not, but I'll show it. But let me make sure I say that if you're gonna wear makeup to be more confident, it's two totally different things. Because in my opinion, makeup doesn't fix confidence. It doesn't help with confidence, but it does a good job of masking it and basically pushing that insecurity further down so that you believe because you look better or because you think you look better, you are more confident, but it's not necessarily the case. As a matter of fact, it's not the case because there's nothing like confidence in authenticity. When as a woman, we embrace our natural features, we don't try to disguise them, I think that's the greatest confidence. Now, I'm not gonna tell you that I'm gonna do that because when I saw that study many, many years ago, I'd read something and then it was confirmed with a study, I should say, that women who wear makeup make 30% more money. I was gonna start wearing makeup, but that's not my reason for wearing makeup to begin with. So when I was growing up, I had a mother who back then, which was many years ago, because I'm now 48, so you can only imagine, but she wore makeup at a time when it wasn't popular, at a time when in Jamaica, as an example, when you wore makeup, they would say that it's, what did they call it? Berger, it's paint in your face. So Berger Paint was a paint company. And of course, especially if you wore makeup that had color in it. As an example, if your makeup, if you had like colorful eyeshadows and so on, you were often compared or called Berger Paint. I was called that a bit in college because I had no tempo or I had no filter or nothing. I just wore what I wanted to wear and I enjoyed wearing it. Probably I even enjoyed the fact that people talked about it. I don't know, but nothing has changed. I didn't care then. I don't care even more now. But if you back then, at my mother's age, were wearing makeup, it was very unusual. So I saw her putting on her little face powder and her filling out her brows. Back then you just drew a line. I don't know if you're old enough to remember that. There was no filling out going on. It was just a line. Actually, I think back then they would shave all the eyebrow. I'm now using this. Again, I don't know the names. But back then, what would happen is my mother would shave all her natural eyebrow and then draw a line. Still doesn't make sense to me to this day, but you know what? Different times call for different measures. And back then, the line was what was keeping. Today, we fill in brows. But when I saw her do that, I realized she did look more appealing. And she wasn't, we weren't born into money. We didn't have much. So it's not like she was using expensive products, but even the cheap face powder that she bought on the street side, helped her to look better. So I started to wear makeup from a very young age. As a matter of fact, right out of high school, going into college, I was wearing makeup. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not going to put on any eyeshadow or anything like that because I'm going into the bush. I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that it elevated my look, but at no point in time did I think it was going to make me more confident. Did it make me look better? In my opinion, I think it does. And that's one of the reasons I wear it. Now, in terms of the studies that are out there, and I did some reading on the first study, which is the one that says that women who wear, it was actually, I think it was a Harvard study. I'll pop it up here. But the first study that says women who wear makeup, can you see what I'm doing? I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Maybe I need to change this camera to be more here, and maybe you'll see better. Hopefully you can see. Anyway, when I looked at that first study that spoke to the fact that women who wear makeup got 30% more pay, I was in corporate, and I was curious to understand why. And I'm not talking about the kind of makeup that distracts, like the very long lashes, the Berger paint kind of face, like I spoke about earlier. I'm talking about subtle, natural looking makeup that accentuates your features, not ones that distract from who you are, like again the fan lashes or the on-in lashes. No. And that's what the study referred to. It wasn't the excess that we're seeing a lot of now. So when I saw that, I thought to myself, well, there must be a reason behind this. And when I read the results of the study, I realized that for some reason, women who wore makeup were a little bit more striking. And because they were a little bit more striking, they somehow came across more confidence. That's what the study said. And being more confident or appearing more confident is the reason why they were paid more than women who didn't. Now I'm going to pop up two women on screen here. I'm going to try to find a photograph with the same woman in makeup. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to use a picture of me without makeup and one with makeup. And you tell me if I look more confident. Basically, they're saying women tend to look more confident. Confidence in the workplace is key. And as such, they actually ended up paying those women based on all the studies. Well, it's not a study. They actually looked at some results from different companies that were paying their female employees and were able to confirm that the women who wore makeup got 30% more pay. The second study I came across recently was that men prefer women with makeup or who wear makeup. Now, again, I'm not talking about the on-in eyelashes or the eyelashes that want to touch your eyebrows. I'm not talking about the excess, the overdone, the makeup that completely transforms your face, makes your nose straight when it's flat. No, I'm talking about subtle makeup, because most men that I know, they don't like women who wear a lot of makeup, but they don't mind women who use makeup to accentuate their beauty. Now, when I saw that study, I started to read into it more, and I realized that while men actually will say they like a natural woman or a woman who is naturally beautiful, the women that they look at when they go out or when they're, out in public, even with their woman beside them, are usually the ones who have on a little bit of makeup in a classy way. So that's where the study gets mingled, or muddy, I should say, because on one hand they were saying that they prefer women who didn't wear makeup, they like their women naturally, but yet the women that caught their attention were the ones who wore makeup. So there's some amount of controversy there, and I'm looking at that study here. It says Examining the research on men's preference for makeup wearing. Numerous studies have explored this question on whether men prefer women who wear makeup. The findings, however, have been rather mixed and complex, revealing a nuanced nature on this topic. So the data suggests that while a significant percentage of men do prefer women who wear makeup, the preferences vary across different studies, indicating that factors such as cultural norms, individual preferences, and specific contents of the study play a crucial role in shaping these attributes. So the study, the highest level, study number 1, and I'm going to pop it up here on screen. It showed that a little over 60% of men said they prefer women who wore makeup. Study number 2 was closer to 50, maybe 30, 40 in that region, 40%. And this third study showed it close to, it was in the region of 80%. And another one showed it just above 50%. So the majority of men is inclined to think that they prefer women who wear makeup. Now, I want to make sure you understand that there are different reasons why people wear makeup. There's cultural influences, there's societal expectations, as it says here, and there's some women who are willing to challenge the status quo because they may live in a culture where makeup is taboo, so they're gonna wear it to get people angry or irked. I don't know what the reasons are. But what makeup does for most women, why they wear it, is the first thing it does, it enhances self-confidence. I think it's a facade, but the study said it does. It says wearing makeup can give women a sense of control and help them feel more polished and put together. I know it does that for me, however, boosting their self-confidence and self-assurance. So tell me, for those of you watching who wear makeup, do you think it boosts your self-confidence, or do you think a way to explore this, when you take off that makeup, do you feel less confident than when you're wearing it? Because that, I think, will answer the question. I don't. I feel the same way whether I'm wearing makeup or not. I'm going to go out there bold and brave. You have to ask yourself that question. Celebrating natural beauty. Many women find that embracing their natural features without makeup can also be incredibly empowering, allowing them to feel comfortable in their own skin. I do know women. I actually have a friend who doesn't wear makeup, and she doesn't do it because she doesn't think she needs it. And I agree with her, and I'm not going to argue with her. That's why this channel is not about judgment, because the fact that I wear makeup, I'm never going to judge somebody who doesn't. And we need to learn in this day and age where everybody seems to attack other people because they're different. We need to understand that different people do different things, and we're going to accept them for who they are. And if we are not in agreement, it doesn't mean we need to hate them. We need to move away from that. It's very, how do I call this now? It's very archaic, not archaic. It's dark. Basically, you're ignorant when you cannot accept that we live in a world where people are going to be different, and it's okay for them to be different. You don't have to hate them, even if you disagree with them. So I love my friend who doesn't wear makeup. I believe she doesn't need it. It doesn't mean I'm not going to do it, right? So we need to get to that place. Now, I have realized that, as an example, let's say I'm in a hotel room, right? Or at a hotel, and the butler or somebody comes to the room and they interact with me before I get ready. So I'm not wearing any makeup. What did I do with the cover for this pencil? I didn't even show you this pencil. It's a brow thing. I don't know. But let's say they come to the room before I'm ready. And after that brow thing now, I'm gonna just put in some lines to give it more of a natural look with this same brand Anastasia brow wicks, but it's a thinner point, for want of a better word or phrase. You get the gist. But what I was saying is, if I'm in a hotel, as an example, and let's say there's a butler. He comes in, he delivers breakfast. I'm not wearing makeup. I'm not dressed, still in pajamas and all of that. Very casual. They usually don't look and usually don't say much or so on, and they move through their day, and they look at you and give you a second look, because of course we're not out here being unattractive without makeup. We're using it to accentuate our beauty, not to make us beautiful. But the look is neutral. But then when I get ready and I see that same butler, usually that's when they'll say, "Oh, you look so lovely." And I'm saying, "Oh, so I never looked lovely before when you came," or "So you didn't recognize that before." And it confirms for me that men actually prefer women who wear makeup, or they're more attracted to women who wear makeup, right? And it's not like I'm trying to transform my face when he sees me the second time around, because as you can see, I wear a base, I wear a powder to smooth it down, I fill in my brows, and I wear eyeliner and lip gloss. That's basically what I do when it comes to makeup. When I'm going on my channel, I will do like this, let me show you, and kind of do the contouring things like to, give your face shape. But that's not everyday makeup, but I'll just show you it right now so at least you can see what it looks like. So I use this thing here, which is, I don't know what the brand is, but that's what it looks like. Some see something. Oh, it must be Charlotte Tilbury or something like that. Or is that a movie star? I have no idea, guys. And I'm not gonna link these either because I don't know where to find half of them. But just blend it in with this blender here. But like I said, I have seen in my situation where the compliments that I get when I'm dressed, ready, my face has on makeup, is much more, and people tend to pay attention more. So I'm inclined to believe that men prefer women who wear makeup. They just don't know that it's the makeup that's different when they see you later on in some cases. Like my husband never pays attention to things like that. Now let's kind of accentuate the brows here. Now, let me see if I can wrap up, because this video, I don't want it to be too long. But what I want to say is, do what makes you happy. Don't allow society to influence your actions. Don't allow social media and what you see other people doing on there to influence what you do when it comes to makeup or anything else for that matter. But if you find that you're comfortable, going back to why I wear makeup, I realized that people took me more seriously, because when I started to progress in my career, I was in my early 20s, right? 21. When I got my first big promotion was age 22, and I became a vice president at age 25. When you have my facial structure, you look very, very young at that age, naturally. Now, to stop looking that young, what I did was I wore more makeup. When I say more makeup, I didn't go over the top beyond what I was used to, but I definitely would make sure I don't leave home without it. But when I didn't wear it, I looked very juvenile. And here's the thing, all my clients were Americans and Europeans, and they tend to not take you seriously when they look so young, especially when most of them are twice your age. I'm using this for the blush. When most of them are twice your age, they don't take you seriously when you look like a child. So I found that wearing makeup commanded more confidence in not me, but the people who are dealing with me. So I wore it back then even more for that reason. And today, I don't need to do that. I look my age at 48, but I do think it gives me a nicer look. It helps me to feel more put together. So I wear it for that reason. So back to what I was saying, do what makes you comfortable. Do what makes you happy. Do what gives you joy. And don't be influenced by any study or what anyone else thinks. Now, if I know that I'm going to make, or potentially can make 30% more doing a legal job in a professional environment because I wear makeup, I'm the kind of person who is going to find the makeup to wear. But you may have a lot more strong morals on the subject and say, oh, I'm not going to let money influence my decisions. No. I'm from a different school. I won't let money control me, but it definitely influences my decision. And I'm not afraid to say that out loud. It's not going to allow me to do or push me to do unethical things or illegal things. Absolutely not, because it doesn't control me. But if I know that, as an example, by posting content on YouTube, I can monetize and earn, I'm not gonna not monetize, I'm gonna monetize. It's gonna influence my decision. So it's the same way, knowing that makeup has the potential to give me the opportunity to earn more, I'm definitely gonna wear it. You may not be made up like me, and that's okay, but that's who I am. So do you have fun doing it? I'm gonna finish up here, then put a few curls in the hair, and then I'll check in when I'm ready. I forgot, as usual, to show you the final hair and makeup look. I hope you can see it here. So a few curls, the lazy people headband, which means basically that I don't have to pay too much attention to, my roots and so on, which, by the way, they're growing out, so I need to get it permed or creamed, but the headband does the job. And the dress that I was steaming, I don't think you can see it. I may have to show you when I'm standing, but I don't even think you're interested. Anyway, that's a wrap for the makeup video.